Welcome back, everybody, to the Seattle Sonics, MyNBA franchise here on NBA 2K22. Today we've got an elimination game. Game 5 in round 2 here of the postseason. Our Sonics have a chance to finish off the series against the Pelicans. Games 3 and 4 in New Orleans went very well for us as we ended up winning both games fairly convincingly. Neither of them were blowouts, but it never really felt like the Pelicans were in them towards the end. We had big performances from Buzz Wigginton and Kyril Story to help lead the way. Oscar J. Basilin and DeJounte Murray are continuing to play well. And the team is really coming along after a slow start in round 1 against Oklahoma City. It really seems like we have found our stride here in the playoffs, winning 3 in a row. And now we have a chance to finish off the series on our home floor here in Game 5. So hopefully we can finish it off today, get revenge from last year, and advance to our first conference finals of the series. Buzz Wigginton and Christian Wood had this one tipped off, and Buzz wins the tip. We are underway. Game 5 of the second round of the postseason. Seattle trying to finish the job here against New Orleans and move on to the conference finals, but that's not an ideal start. Zion Williamson dunking on Chance Dumas. Zion's going to do everything in his power, along with this man, Damian Lillard, to keep their Pelicans alive. Good turnaround jumper by Lillard. It's 4-2. Pretty slow start here for the Seattle offense. Only 2 points within the first minute and a half off of a pair of free throws as they finally get their first field goal. Courteous of Oscar J. Basilin, who also gets their second field goal. A nasty poster on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Alexander Walker really did not have to push him there. That doesn't seem like much of a basketball play. And, I mean, that also made it look like Alexander Walker got postered. So I really don't know why he did that. Christian Wood, nice move to tie it up at 6. Both defenses are really keen in so far, making it hard for the opposing offenses as Buzz Wigginton misses the 3. But Chance Dumas, the rookie, comes flying in for the putback. His first points of the game. Seattle up by 2 as it's now 8-6. Lillard, guarded by DeJounte Murray, gets the screen from Zion. Lillard inside, lobs it up for Zion. Another poster. This time DeJounte Murray is his victim as we are tied at 8. Nice pass in the corner for Zion again. Zion with 3 early dunks. That was not a poster, but still a good one. Now we're tied at 10. Here's Nickeil Alexander-Walker in the corner for a wide open Christian Wood. The big man can certainly stretch the floor. He lets it fly from deep, and it's now 13-10. Dumas with a nice crossover. Heavily contested layup. It's good. Both offenses are starting to play a little bit better as it's now 13-12. Wood blocked at the rim, but he gets it right back for the layup. That was a good play by Buzz, but he was unable to get the rebound, and so the Pelicans lead by 3. The Pelicans have really struggled in the first quarter of the past couple of games, so to see them playing pretty well early is a very big deal. Seattle would actually take the lead, but not for long, following a dunk by Ivica Zubac. So now it's 17-16. Here's Porter, heavily contested by Facu Campazzo, a.k.a. he's wide open. In Game 4 of this series, the Sonics got constant mismatches with Facu Campazzo on defense, and Seattle was able to score some easy points off of that as Campazzo misses the layup on the other end. Here comes DeJounte Murray with the slam. If Facundo Campazzo continues to be a liability here for New Orleans, maybe Seattle can go on a nice little run here towards the end of the first quarter as Reddish misses the 3, but Jakob Poeltl is right there for the putback. Seattle now up by 5. Pelicans are really struggling since both teams sent in their second units. Kira Lewis for 3. That's a big shot for New Orleans as they try to get some momentum back, bring you within 2. Now a 4-point game. Here is Reddish. Has space. The mid-ranger, no good. Another offensive rebound, however, and another putback for Jakob Poeltl. Now it's 26-20. Reddish is blocked at the rim by Maxi Kleber. However, he gets it right back. So now Seattle has a new opportunity. Horton Tucker, no good on the 3, but guess who it is for a rebound and the putback again? Jakob Poeltl doing the dirty work off the bench. He has been phenomenal in this quarter for the Sonics as they lead by 8. Here's Killer Cam Reddish with the step-back 3. Look at the scoreboard. Seattle's on a 15-3 run since the second unit entered the game. Porter, guarded by Campazzo. Again, look out for that mismatch as Porter does miss it at the buzzer. Slow start for the Sonics, but they are on fire. I said they were on a 15-3 run. They're actually on a, I believe, 19-3 run, or just something ridiculous like that. Early block by Kyril Story here in the second quarter. Seattle on the fast break trying to extend their lead as Buzz nearly loses it and is able to keep it. And his pass is off. Kevin Porter Jr. gets it back. This is some very ugly basketball. Poetry at its finest, if you ask me. As Oscar J. Basile misses, rebounded by Buzz, who finally gets the putback. That past 25 seconds was very hard to watch, but it resulted in Seattle points, so it's really not all that bad. Cam Reddish heaves it up, and that play really defines how the past couple of minutes have been. Seattle now up by 15 points. The Pelicans just look lost out there at the moment. Here's Damian Lillard off the screen from Zion Williamson. Connecting on the lob. Maybe that play will give New Orleans some momentum, because Lord knows they need it. Kyril Story in the corner connects with Oscar J. Basile for three. Sonics up their lead to 16 points, and the Pelicans are quickly falling apart. Story for Buzz! Buzz Wickington Jr. throws it down, and Seattle is continuing to dominate here in the second quarter. 26-42, another one. This time it's Kyril Story with the reverse slam as we take a look at the replay, and the rookie out of Clemson extends the lead. The Sonics are now up by 20. This game is trending towards blowout status very quickly if the Pelicans do not get their act together. Here comes Damian Lillard inside, heavily contested layup. Dame time needs to come 2 quarters early, because that's really New Orleans' only shot of coming back. Kyril Story rips it away from Alexander Walker, and the Pelicans just look checked out right now. I mean, they're just not playing hard at all. There's Kevin Porter Jr. wide open with a nice mid-range shot. But New Orleans doesn't even look like they want to be here these past few minutes. I mean, it has just been rough. Nice move by Jakob Poeltl, who now has 8 and 5. The Sonics are forcing turnovers. They're dominating on the glass. They're getting good looks. And the Pelicans are just heaving up garbage as they turn it over again. Alexander Walker for Murray. Once more, Seattle leads by 22 points. The offense for the Sonics has been average today. It's the defense that has been so good. They've only allowed 30 points here with 3 minutes left in the half. And now the offense is starting to heat up. Jay Basile hits the top of the key three. Now a 25-point game. Why stop now, though? Oscar J. Basile with more room to let it fly. 58-30. The Sonics are dominating right now. The Pelicans need a bucket pretty badly. I think that goes without saying, as Dame is called for the 3-second violation. And again, New Orleans is just mentally not in it. They have been mentally drained these past 3 games. They finally get a basket here from Damian Lillard. But this looks like a team who's just ready to have their season adjourned if they don't get their act together. Again, Oscar J. Basile, another 3. He is like 4 in the second quarter, and it's now 35-61, a 26-point lead. Here is Zubac in the corner for Jordan Nwora. That time when they heaved up garbage, it actually worked. I'll give them credit, but the shot selection has been very poor. Nobody's inside to stop DeJounte Murray, but Murray wanted an outside look because he's guarded by Campazzo and is fouled. My number 1 rule of defense: don't foul the jump shooter. That's exactly what Campazzo does there. Murray would make both free throws. And again, the Pelicans have just really lost control, making silly plays like that. Oscar J. Basile hits the contested mid-range on the move with just under 2.5 seconds left in the half. Kira Lewis doesn't even heave up his half-court shot before the buzzer, and he actually almost made it. Not that it matters. So that first half went about as bad as it could have for Dame, but hey, at least he's not running from the grind. The only thing he's running to is the locker room after his team's embarrassing first half performance. Just pure domination. And the Pelicans were winning through like 5 minutes. But Seattle, once the backups came in, dominated the rest of the first quarter. And in the second quarter, they didn't look back. Immediately in the third quarter, the Sonics force a turnover. Cross-court pass here for DeJounte Murray with a one-handed slam to put the Sonics up by 27 points. The bleeding just will not stop. Here's Christian Wood, guarded by Dumas. Lobs it up for Zion. They're unsuccessful. At least the Pelicans are still trying to have fun. Then on the other end, Buzz Wickington throws it down on the one-hander as it's now 46-71. Kyril Story trying to keep on with the fun. He actually loses it. Good defense by Jordan Nwora. On the other end, Nwora with a dime in the corner for Damian Lillard. The Pelicans have made up a little bit of ground here in the third quarter. Seattle's offense is quickly slowing down. I don't know if it's going to be enough to make a feasible comeback, but New Orleans has started to wake up a little bit. Alexander Walker brings it within 20 on that shot, and Seattle's offense has just been pretty abysmal here in the third quarter. They kind of need a basket, and they get one. Buzz Wickington with a dunk. Buzz has played well in the third quarter. He has 6 points, but everybody else has been pretty lackadaisical out there. It seems like the Sonics have put the pedal off the metal, which I know they're now up by 24 after another shot by Buzz. But even in the playoffs, in an elimination game against 2 stars like Dame and Zion, you can't put the pedal off the metal until the clock hits 0. Another 3 there for Lillard. It's a 21-point game, 54-75. Kira Lewis trying to make some moves here on Kevin Porter Jr. Lewis inside with the dunk. Kira Lewis has had a very up-and-down series here in these 5 games. He's had some very good moments and has had some big performances, but he's also struggled at times, like today. He's missed a lot of shots. He's turned it over as Cam Reddish hits another 3. It seems like whenever New Orleans starts to go on a little bit of a run, the Sonics then proceed to answer with a basket. 57-78. Here's Kira Story trying to go inside. Nice little move there on Kira Lewis, and that'll bring it within 23. So even though the Pelicans have made a little bit of ground in the third quarter, it's not much. And if they want to win, they have to make up a lot more. Nice shot by Kira Lewis, who is starting to play better, although again, it might be too little too late from his mistakes in the first and second quarters. Lewis in the corner for Facundo Campazzo, fools Oscar on the pump fake, and makes the layup. So for the first time in this third quarter, the deficit is within 20. Nice block inside by Zubac on Buzz Wigginton. On the other end, here's Jordan Nwora. Gets it for Facu Campazzo, trying to go inside. Heavily contested layup is good, and New Orleans is continuing to make a little bit of noise for now only down by 17. Campazzo once more, no good. Tipped back into the hands of Wood, no good. And then Wood gets it back with the putback slam. 65-80. Seattle has not scored in about 3 minutes. They have completely forgotten how to play offense here in the third quarter as Oscar misses the shot. So that was a pretty bad third quarter for Seattle. But with their first half lead, they're still up by a comfortable 15 points. But with how Seattle has been shooting the ball as of recent, this game's not over. To open up the fourth, good start there for Cam Reddish to make the layup. Seattle's first points literally within the past 3 minutes. 65-82. Zion for Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and the Pelicans are continuing to slowly but surely chip away at the deficit. 68-84 following New Orleans possession. Lewis inside for Zion, going for his signature fadeaway. Zion has played well. I'll give him credit. He seems to be really the only player on the Pelicans who has fully been awake all game. DeJounte Murray wide open for 3. Bad defense by the Pelicans, and again, whenever they start to make a little run, Seattle answers back. Oscar J. Basile blocked at the rim. Kira Story does get it back over to DeJounte Murray. Murray finds a wide open Oscar J. Basile for 3. That's a bold strategy to double DeJounte Murray and leave Oscar completely wide open like a deer in headlights. 74-90 now. Here is Kira Lewis. Flies right by Oscar for the slam. Oscar J. Basile is one of the fastest players in the league, but Kira Lewis is just even faster. Another nice slam, this time by Zion Williamson, and it's a 12-point game. The Pelicans are continuing to chip away, and there's still 6 minutes. Seattle could use a bucket right here, and they do get one from Kira Story, who continues to shoot it very well from mid-range. Story's had a weird series. He can't miss from mid-range, but he can't hit the side of a barn from 3. He has shot miserably from beyond the arc, but has shot so well from right in front of a line. Zion Williamson with a putback layup. It's 80-92. As Story turns it over, it's stolen by Damian Lillard. The Pelicans can bring it within 10 here, and that they do. Zion Williamson makes the play. That's the closest this game has been in the second half, and although Seattle still has control, there's 5 minutes left. The Pelicans could absolutely make a comeback, but again, why is DeJounte being double-teamed? Why is Oscar being left wide open? If the Pelicans are really going to leave Oscar J. Basile wide open, that might be their downfall. J. Basile, even when he's double covered, he's just going to post her down low on the defenders. Zubac was his victim that time, and it's 86-97. DeJounte Murray inside for Buzz. Buzz with 16 and 10. He's had a nice day trying to add another bucket, and he does. Nice fadeaway there to make it 86-99. Here is Ivica Zubac, guarded by Murray. That's a mismatch. Hands it off for Damian Lillard. Lillard on the drive. Heavily contested layup. Great defense by Murray, but it doesn't matter as it's a 13-point game. 3.5 minutes to go. Now is go time for the Pelicans. It's pretty much now or never. Big block by Reddish. Seattle moving quickly. On the other end, Kira Story from mid-range. It's good. 15-point lead. So despite a poor second half, the Sonics are definitely still well in control. Up by 15 with 3 minutes to go. The Pelicans cannot miss shots, and Zion just missed that one. Seattle trying to move up the floor quickly. They would not end up scoring, however, so the Pelicans get it back about 30 seconds later. Good slam dunk by Christian Wood. Back to a 13-point game as the Pelicans are running the press. Alexander Walker steals it. Another dunk for Wood. Seattle has to be prepared for the press. They have to make smart passes. That was a risky pass, but Seattle was able to get it. And then Kira Story throws it down. when the Pelicans are running the press like they're going to do again here, that leaves easy isolation opportunities for the guys on the other side of the floor. And so many players on this team, like Oscar J. Basile and like Kyril Story, are great in ISO ball. As Oscar hits the step-back mid-ranger, I don't know why he needed to add some extra style there, but he made the shot, so it doesn't really matter. 94-107. Here's Jordan Nwora. Gets a screen from Zion. Nwora lobs it up, and Zion is unsuccessful. You know, maybe the Pelicans should try for easier plays. We're down by 13 in an elimination game. Maybe they shouldn't try to get fancy. So the Sonics have it back, trying to ice the game. Here comes Chance Dumas. Gets it over to Buzz in the corner for Oscar J. Basile. That feels like the dagger. 16-point lead here for the Sonics. Now a 14-point lead again. Running the press with about a minute to go. Kyril Story inside for Buzz. Buzz went for the fake hook shot. Over to Story for three. This game appears to be over as DeJounte Murray dribbles out the clock. And the Seattle Sonics are moving on to the Western Conference Finals. 115-100 is your final. A big win here for the Sonics, who dominated this game in the first half, up by as much as 28 points. I give the Pelicans credit. They stormed back in the second half. They brought it as close as 10. But New Orleans was not awake in the first half, and that's what ended up causing them to lose this game. So after we lost in 6 in the first round last year to these guys, we get revenge here in the second round in just 5 games. Well, what was different about the New Orleans Pelicans that made them lose this time around? Nothing, and that's the problem. Outside of the Ivica Zubats, the Pelicans roster was the exact same as it was a year ago. Us, on the other hand, we continued to make moves. 3 of our 5 starters today were not on the roster last year. Kyril Story and Chance Dumas are obviously rookies, and DeJounte Murray was still in San Antonio. Not to mention with the improvements of guys like Oscar J. Basile and Buzz Wigington, our team has adapted, and we have built ourselves to defeat teams like New Orleans by adding length, adding defense, adding spacing. So I think that's why we matched up so well this time around with them after matching up horribly the first time. So as we go into the conference finals, look at the East. The Bulls and Spirits, who led their series convincingly, are now out. So it'll be the Sixers and the Cavs in the conference finals. These two teams made a big trade back in Season 1, swapping Ben Simmons and Colin Sexton. Of course, Cleveland has LeBron as well, so that should be interesting. Meanwhile, on the West, we had the Golden State Warriors, who started the season off red hot. They fell to the 7th seed, but they're not some ordinary 7th seed, sweeping the 2-seeded Suns and sweeping the 3-seeded Memphis Grizzlies, who won the NBA Finals last year. Steph Curry is averaging 37 points, 10.5 assists on 51, 45, 91 shooting splits in the playoffs. Yeah, there's a reason why they haven't lost. Klay Thompson and James Wiseman are great as well, and this team is so good that Draymond Green doesn't even have to play. Green at this point is pretty much just a coach for them, and he's obviously a valuable asset with his high basketball IQ. So that's going to conclude today's episode. Let me know what you thought about the game against the Pelicans and this upcoming series against the Golden State Warriors. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.